最強の超合機かサイファーコール。
What's up guys, Lucci back with a One Piece Bounty Rush video, and this is a support guide for medal sets for attackers. It's a mixture of some event medals and some non-event medal sets as well, just in case if you don't have the event medals that's in these lists. So hopefully this can help some of you guys. If you're new to the channel, hit that subscribe button so you can get future support guides and awesome content as well, and hit that like button. It'll help me out just like I'm trying to help you guys, so I appreciate it. And let's get to the content. So for the first set, we're using the triple Luffy Dressrosa set. This is the best medal set hands down in the game. Most of you guys should have this event medal unless you started right after the event ended, so hopefully you guys do have this set with the total of 6 tags with this medal set, so that's what make it the best medal set. With Dressrosa, you get boost cooldown reduction of speed of skill 1 by 20%. With Straw Hats, boost cooldown reduction speed of skill 2 by 20%, so that's super useful for getting your skills back. With Paramecia, boost cooldown reduction speed of dodge by 10%. And then Captain, boost capture speed by 20%, so super useful. First generation, when your team has less treasure, increase damage dealt by 10%. And for the last trait, Blood Brothers, when your allies are near the treasure area where you're at, increase damage dealt by 10%. So you dishing out a lot of damage and you get your skills back super fast with this medal set. Now for the medal traits, with the Lucy medal, when you capture a treasure, you get recovery of HP by 5%. Super useful if you need to get some health back and you capping that flag. With the Fire Fist pistol, you get extra 5% damage when attacking an enemy in their treasure area, so that's even more damage. And then the King Kong medal, when your allies are not near the treasure area where you're at, you get an extra 5% damage as well. So with this medal set, you can get the average of 25% to 30% extra damage. The next medal set is going to be the Cp9 set. Now I know a lot of people do not have these event medals because they started after this event, but if you do have these medals, you do know how good this set can be. You get a total of 5 tags with this setup. With Water 7 in this lobby, you get boost cooldown reduction speed of skill 1 by 20%, super useful for getting that skill cooldown. With Cypher Pole, you get boost cooldown reduction speed of skill 2 by 20%, so both skills come back super fast, so super useful. With Zone, you get boost cooldown reduction speed of dodge by 7%. Now you can change the bubble medal for the Kaku medal if you want that extra zone support for the tag, with to get that 10% right there instead of the 7. So for the intelligence agents, you get the boost capture speed by 20%, so super useful for that cap speed as well. And then 6 powers, when your team has less treasure, secure reduced damage received by 10%, so that can come clutch a lot of times when it's needed. So for the first medal, we have Wolf medal. When critical occurs, recover HP by 3%, super useful for those critical hits to get that health back. The Bubble medal, when around your enemy's treasure area, increase damage dealt by 3%. I feel it's more useful for attackers than that 3% with the Kaku medal, unless you prefer that for the dodge. And then the Lucci medal, when you get those critical hits, you get skill 2 back by 3%. This is a super useful medal set for like Dressrosa, Zoro, Luffy, and Sabos, those critical type of attackers. This next medal set I came up with myself. I call it my attacker skill cooldown set. It's an awesome medal set right here. I know a lot of you guys not going to have these event medals, but if you do, I highly recommend this medal set. With Zao/Whole Cake Island tag, you get boost cooldown reduction speed of skill 1 by 20%. With the Big Mom Pirates tag, boost cooldown reduction speed of skill 2 by 20%. So super useful for getting both of those skills back super fast. With Paramecia, boost the cooldown reduction speed of dodge by 10%, so you get that total complete dodge. And then Charlotte family, when your allies are near the treasure area where you're at, you get an extra 10% damage. For the first medal, we have the Mirror medal. When performing a perfect dodge, reduce the cooldown time of skill 1 by 6%. Super useful for those perfect dodges. The Memo medal, when critical occurs, reduce the cooldown time of skill 1 by 3%. And then the Ring medal, after KOing an enemy, reduce the cooldown time of skill 2 by 8%. So all your skills coming back super fast, and you get to dish out a lot of damage as well. This medal set is a great medal set for characters such as Rayleigh, CP0. You know, you get those skills back super fast and dishing out that damage. This medal set helped me get in top rankings a lot of times in events as well. This next medal set is like the first medal set. The only difference is you have the time skip Luffy medal instead of the event Luffy medal. The difference is you only get 14% skill 1 reduction speed instead of the 20%. But on the plus side, you do get an extra 5% damage with the time skip Luffy medal instead of the 5% HP when you capture a flag with the event medal. Even if you do have the event medal, this is probably the highest percentage damage medal set there is. The next medal set is going to be the triple bull medal set. You get a total of 6 tags with this medal set. The Saboti tag, you get boost cooldown reduction speed of skill 1 by 14%. Unfortunately, you do not get the full 20% with this tag. 7 Warlords of the Sea, boost the cooldown reduction speed of skill 2 by 20%, so super useful for getting that skill 2 back. With Kuja Pirates, when your allies are not near the treasure area where you're at, reduce damage received by 10%, so that's a good tag for stalling out on those flags when you're alone. The next tag, we have Paramecia, boost the cooldown reduction speed of dodge by 10%, so that's going to be useful for those dodges. And then Captain, boosts capture speed by 20%. And then Gorgon Sisters, when your allies are near the treasure area where you're at, increase damage dealt by 10%. For the first medal, we have the Perfume from her. When attacking an enemy around your enemy's treasure, increase damage dealt by 5%, so you get that extra damage from that. The next medal, we have the Bikini Hancock medal. When your team has less treasure, increase damage dealt by 5%, so that's going to come plus when your team has less treasure. And then the Hancock medal, when your team has more treasure, boost the cooldown reduction speed of skill 1 by 13%, so that's going to make up for that loss of that skill 1 cooldown that you have on the first tag. This is a great set for those who don't have those old event medals, and you can dish out a lot of damage and take some damage when you're by yourself as well. The next set is going to be the 4 Emperors. You get a total of 4 tags with this set. It's not the greatest, but it can be useful for those, you know, who don't have all these medals. So with the Land of Wano, you get boost cooldown reduction speed of skill 1 by 14%. Animal Kingdom Pirates, you get boost the cooldown reduction speed of skill 2 by 14%. With Captain, you get cap speed by 20%. And then the last tag for Emperors, you get when your team has less treasure, increase damage dealt by 10%. For the first medal, we have the event medal, the strongest creature medal. When attacking an enemy around your enemy's treasure area, increase damage dealt by 5%. So super useful for that extra damage. The Kaido medal, when attacked by an enemy, 100% chance to reduce cooldown of skill 1 by 2%. So that can be useful. And then we have the Big Mom medal. After KOing the enemy, recover HP by 3%. Now you can change this medal out if you want more cap speed with the EX Big Mom if you have her or her medals to get that 8% cap speed when your strength is more than 70%. So like I said earlier, it's not the greatest medal set, but it can be useful if you don't have all these medals or you need a backup attacker medal set. This next medal set is another kind of triple Luffy medal set. It's a great medal set for skill 2 cooldown, and you can dish out a lot of damage with this medal set. It's great for those type of people who like to attack enemies in the treasure area, especially if they have defenders on the flag as well. So with this set, you get a total of 5 tags. The first tag you get is Straw Hats. With the Straw Hat tag, you get boost the cooldown reduction speed of skill 2 by 20%. With Paramecia, boost the cooldown reduction speed of dodge by 10%. With Captain, boost capture speed by 20%. First generation, when your team has less treasure, increase damage dealt by 10%. And the last tag, Blood Brothers, when your allies are near the treasure area where you're at, increase damage dealt by 10%. The first medal, we have Snake Man medal. When around your enemy's treasure area, boost the cooldown reduction speed of skill 2 by 13%. So you're getting that skill 2 back super fast when around your enemy's treasure. Sumo Slap medal, when in the treasure area, increase damage to defenders by 5%. Super useful for those defenders. And then we have King Kong medal, when your allies are not near the treasure area you're at, increase damage dealt by 5%. So you're dishing out that damage, getting that skill 2 back, and you're just slaughtering everything. This next set is another Whole Cake Island event medal set. The difference between this one and the other one, you get some boost to your crit when your health is at a certain amount, and you get another tag to get more damage as well, but we get to that in a minute. So you get a total of 5 tags with this one. The first tag, Zao/Whole Cake Island, you get the skill 1 back by 20%. With the Big Mom Pirates, you get skill 2 back by 20%. With Paramecia, you get the dodge back by 10%. And then the extra tag, Sweep 3 General, when your team has less treasure, increase damage dealt by 7%, so that's useful for that extra damage. And then the last tag, we have the Charlotte family, when your teammates are near the treasure area where you're at, increase damage dealt by 10%. So good medal set for damage and that skill cooldown. The first medal, we have the Biz medal. When your strength is less than 30%, boost the crit by 60% for 20 seconds. That can be useful, believe it or not. For the next medal, we have the Ring medal. When you KO an enemy, get the skill 2 back by 8%. And then we have the Mirror medal. When you perform a perfect dodge, reduce the cooldown of skill 1 by 6%. This next set is the Beast Pirate set. It's not the greatest medal set, but it can be useful. You get a total of 3 tags with this medal set. So, like I said, not the best set, but it's a good set for those who need a backup attacker set. For the strongest creature medal, when attacking enemies around your enemy's treasure area, increase damage by 5%. So you get that extra damage. With the Drought medal, you get extra 3% damage when attacking enemies in your own treasure area. And with the Drake medal, you get an extra 5% when attacking enemies in their treasure area. So that's like 10% extra damage from that. For the Land of Wano, you get skill 1 cooldown by 20%, Animal Kingdom Pirate skill 2 by 20%, and the last trade zone boost speed reduction by 7%. Now I know some of you guys might not have the Drought medal, but if you do, this is a medal set that you might not have thought of. This next medal set is for those who don't have event medals, but you have these characters. You get a total of 4 tags with this medal set. The first tag is Paramount War at Marine Ford. You get boosted cooldown reduction speed of skill 1 by 14%. The 7 Warlords of the Sea, you get boosted cooldown reduction speed of skill 2 by 20%. With Paramecia, you get boosted cooldown reduction speed of dodge by 7%. And the last tag, you get Captain, you get the total of 20% on that cap speed. So it can be useful with using these medals, but it's not the best medal set, but it can be useful, like I said. With the Moria medal, when around your enemy's treasure area, increase damage dealt by 5%. With the Jinbei medal, you're going to get an extra 5% damage when your team has less treasure. And with the Boa medal, you're going to get another extra 5% damage when around your enemy's treasure area. So you can get a total of 15% extra damage with this medal set. I recommend using this like if you're new and you have these characters only. This next set is going to be the X-Roger Pirate set. This set is mainly if you just want your skill 1 back fast after KOing enemies. So you only get 2 tags unfortunately with this set. The first tag is Captain, boost cap speed by 14%. And then the next tag is going to be the Roger Pirates or X-Roger Pirates. When your allies are not near the treasure area where you're at, reduce damage received by 10%. So yeah, only 2 tags, so that's kind of ripped on that part. But for the medals, with the Roger medal, you get 8% skill 1 cooldown after KO on the enemy. With the Griffin medal, you get 8% on skill 1 when KO on the enemy. And the last medal, Rayleigh, after KO on the enemy, you get skill 1 by 8%. So it's gonna be useful for like Rogers, maybe even Sabo, Rayleigh, getting that skill 1 back super fast after KO on those enemies. Last but not least, we have the original Whole Cake Island medal set. The OGs know about this one. This one has the most full tags and dish out the most damage as well. It has a total of 5 tags with this one. The first tag is going to be Zao/Whole Cake Island. You get that 20% on skill 1 cooldown. For Big Mom Pirates, you get skill 2 cooldown by 20%. With Paramecia, you get 10% cooldown on the dice. And for Sweet 3 General, you get 10% increased damage when your team has less treasure. And for the last tag, when your allies are near the treasure area where you're at, you get that 10% on the damage. Also, the Katakuri medal gives you an extra 5% damage as well. So that's gonna be it for the medal set, guys. Hopefully this can help some of you guys who needed help with making some attacker medal sets. And if it did help you, make sure you hit that like button for me. And if you're new to the channel, subscribe so you can get future content for like guides to help you in the game. Also like gameplays, live streams, and different stuff like that. So I appreciate you guys like always, and I will see you guys in the next video.